As I often say here on the show, there's a lot of things that you found out from literally talking to people, interviewing people that have worked with certain celebrities. And that is exactly what Harry and Meghan are now, micro celebrities. He has given up such a lot for the love of the woman that he claims is the love of his life. The woman, of course, that he can't live without, and the woman who now guides his life through all this turmoil, one might say. Other people may describe it though as stone cold and heartless, and here's the reason why. Let me explain. Morning, good to see you today. Thank you so much as ever for joining me. You all right? By the way, a funny thing that I wanted to share with you, I just found this very strange. Making a cup of tea the other day, and you know what it's like when you get the tea bags now with the string, you know, the sort of bit where you dunk it in. And at the end of this tag, you know, the tea bag tag, there was a scanner thing, you know, for the mobile. And it said, scan me to find out how I am as a sustainable tea bag. I mean, is it messages are everywhere, aren't they? I just wanted a pot of tea. I thought, I don't care what happens to the tea bag after I've binned it. You know, I mean, are you, is it just me, or are you fed up to the back teeth of being told I'm biodegradable? I'm this, you think, I'm just eating the Rice Krispies, couldn't care less, let's move on. It's a little bit like some people might suggest Harry and Meghan, their time, of course, their tenure inside the British monarchy, well and truly expired because, you know, whatever they've done, you know, they had it all. And I've often said this here, haven't I, on the show, if you were Meghan and you were desperate to become famous and you wanted to be known around the world, and you're not a, you know, you're a good looking girl, there's no two ways about that. She was a beautiful girl in the beginning. What's happened is that, you know, she threw it all away, the opportunity to do good with her life, to be famous for the right reasons. Now, clearly, she's one of the most disliked people, literally, on the planet. And that's an unfair, maybe, thing to say, but that's the feedback that you get. Stone cold and heartless would be another one, simply because, as we know, Prince Harry recently celebrated his 40th birthday. And it's interesting to note from a source that actually worked inside Archwell that literally in that house, there is nothing to basically say anything about her family. There are no pictures of the grandfather, Thomas Markle. Any cards or anything like that are very quickly disposed of, you know, not allowed, and as ever we have to say allegedly, to have anything at all. So the children have received cards and things like that, Archie and Lil, from Thomas Markle, I can assure you of that. And I think what's fascinating is the fact that they literally just binned as sort of fan mail or whatever you want to call it, disposable stuff. The only thing, now this is interesting, I think, the only thing that ever really gets talked about is, of course, Harry's side of the family. Amazing that, isn't it? The side, of course, that Meghan doesn't want anybody to visit without her, even though she was too busy making a cake for Archie's birthday on the coronation of His Majesty the King. You see how this works. Now, what's fascinating, according to this source, Meghan was more than happy to share the royal history of their heritage with Archie in a very undisclosed conversation. And according to this source, Prince Harry's more than happy to let his children know about his heritage, even though he's denying them the access of learning exactly what that heritage could encompass if they were brought over to the United Kingdom. But as I've told you before, it's fascinating to think also that Harry would be keen to bring the children. He's simply not allowed, allegedly, by his wife Meghan Markle. She feels it's too dangerous, they could be kidnapped, and more importantly, you know, they ain't going anywhere outside of that country without her. Speculate all you want, but of course it heightens those particular reasons. And that's the reasons why these ex-staff members have described her, quite frankly, as stone cold and heartless. The thing is, does Harry agree secretly? Either way, it's a debatable story. Neil Shaw in Kensington, London.